Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all the ships at sea. Welcome to today's Wednesday, May 1st, 2024, Walpole Media Corporation broadcast of Walpole High School Varsity softball action as your Walpole High Timberwolves host the Wellesley High Raiders in a Bay State Conference interdivision game from Chauncey Smith Field on the Byrd Middle School campus in East Walpole. My name is Rick Brown, your voice of Walpole High Sports. I'll be providing all the play-by-play action for today's game. Joining me behind the camera is Nick Piccirilli. Coach Rachel Sprague's squad will try to make it 7 straight wins today. The Orange and Blue is runner-up in the Herget division at 5-1, 9-1 overall. Walpole has won all 5 home games, outscoring their opponents by an 8-1 average margin. And they are ranked 4th in the latest MIAA Division II power rankings and 13th in the Boston Globe Top 20. Unbeaten Milton is the only team to score more than 2 runs against the Orange and Blue and the only team to defeat the Timberwolves. Junior pitcher Charlotte Stasinski brings a 9-1 record into the contest with 4 shutouts, including a perfect game against Framingham in which she struck out 13 of the 15 batters she faced. Charlotte has 96 strikeouts and 16 walks in 59 innings pitched. Having allowed 31 hits and a dozen runs, Stasinski has a 1.19 earned run average. Carolyn Daly has pitched 2 innings with 3 Ks and no hits, walks, or runs allowed. Sophomore Grace Todd has taken over the batting lead for the Timberwolves with 19 hits and 32 at-bats for a .594 average. Junior Carolyn Duran is runner-up with 18 hits and 38 bats for a .474 mark, ahead of freshman Ellie Boland at .389 with 7 hits and 18 trips, and Sienna Cruiser at .379 with 11 safeties and 29 plate appearances. Battery mates co-captain Ariana Cruiser and Charlotte Stasinski have the team's only home runs. Wellesley is in second place in the Carrier division at 3-3, 6-4 overall. The Raiders have won 3 of 5 road games and are outscoring their opponents 11-6. The Red and Black has beaten the Boston Latin School 19-1, Waltham 15-2, Brookline 19-0, Boston Latin Academy 6-3, Natick 16-5, and Weymouth 10-2. Wellesley has lost to Milton 4-2, Newton North 6-5, Milford 7-4, and Framingham 15-9. The Raiders are ranked 22nd in Division I. Walpole opened the year with victories over Weymouth 13-1, Oliver Ames 6-2, and Braintree 9-0, before dropping a 4-3 count at Milton. The Timberwolves then started their current winning streak, blanking Bridgewater Raynham 12-0 and Franklin 10-0, before topping Oliver Ames again 4-2, Framingham 10-0, Needham 8-1, and Newton North 4-2 in their last outing. If you would like to do play-by-play or color commentary for any Walpole High School varsity sport, please contact Walpole Media Corporation Executive Director Tamara Green at 508-668-7795 or email her at tgreen@walpolemedia.tv. It's a lot of fun. You get out in the fresh air like today. Starting game temperature is 58 degrees. You don't need any experience. We'll work with you, training you how to cover the games and feel at home behind the mic. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So if you're a parent, sibling, grandparent, aunt, uncle, neighbor, friend, relative of any kind, anybody at all can do this job. Like I said, call Tamara Green at 508-668-7795 or email her at tgreen@walpolemedia.tv. We'll give you the starting lineups here for the Wellesley Raiders. Mia Hasselbeck will be leading off at shortstop. Pitcher Lucy Stathis is the second batter, followed by her battery mate Olivia Ackerman. Ryan Ranzella will be batting cleanup and playing first base ahead of left fielder Elizabeth McDonald. The sixth batter is Margaret Redgate, the third baseman. Addie Brown at center field will be batting seventh, Haley Butler in right field will be batting eighth, and batting ninth is the second baseman, Haley Bibbo. For your Walpole Timberwolves, leading off center fielder Carolyn Duran, followed by shortstop Sienna Cruiser. Grace Todd, second baseman, will be batting third, and cleanup hitter will be left fielder Carolyn Daly. Charlotte Stasinski will be pitching and batting fifth. Ellie Bolin, the designated player, is in the sixth spot, followed by third baseman Nora Broderick. Ariana Cruiser, the catcher, will be batting eighth. Susie McAdams in right field will be batting ninth. And Briella Clinton, the first baseman, will not be batting to start the game. Walpole gathering at the mound to discuss first inning strategy here. And we are just about ready to go here. A little bit of a breeze blowing in towards home plate from left field. Stepping into the batter's box for the Raiders is shortstop Mia Hasselbeck. All right. Hasselbeck is ready. Stasinski's ready. She is the pitch. The first pitch of the game is a ball. Next pitch, strike called. As Hasselbeck was taken the whole way. 1-1 the count. There's a ball down low, 2-1. Swing and a miss, evens the count at 22. Charlotte steps on the rubber, looks in for the sign. Here's our 2-2 pitch. Strike three called at the knees. And it brings up the pitcher, Lucy Stathis. She fouls it off, strike one. Checks her swing, but went around on it. 0-2, Charlotte ahead on the count here, 2 strikes. The 0-2 delivery, foul down the first baseline, out of play. The 0-2 pitch, ball in the dirt, 1-2. Stasinski's 1-2 pitch popped up out of play off the protective netting. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Once again, the pitch just outside, 2-2. Ball 3, we've got a full count. first. Briella Clinton handles it easily. Steps on the bag. 2 down. Brings up the catcher, Olivia Ackerman. Charlotte looks in for the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. Ball. The 1-0 pitch. Strike called. Ackerman waiting. Ground ball foul into the Walpole dugout. The ball and 2 strikes. Up high, 2-2. Strike called. And the side is retired. For Wellesley in the top of the first, they had 3 up, 3 down. At the end of half an inning to play, it's Wellesley nothing, Walpole coming to bat. Okay, here's the first pitch to Duran. Strike called. That's a ball. 1-1. Strike 2 called. 1-2 the count to Duran. Ball 2 in the dirt. Lucy Stathis, the pitcher for Wellesley, has a very quick motion. Foul back over the Walpole dugout. Count remains 2-2. Once again, the 2-2 pitch on its way. Outside, full count. Payoff delivery, grounded up the middle over to the second baseman. She picks it up, throws over, 1 down. And it brings up the shortstop, Sienna Cruiser. Ball way high. The 1-0 pitch from Stathis on its way in the dirt. 2-0. Three and 0. We'll see if Coach Sprague gives Sienna the green light here. Yep, she's taken all the way for a strike. 3-1. Ground ball foul down the first baseline. Full count now on the Walpole shortstop. Stay this looks in for the sign. Goes into the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down now for Walpole, and it brings up the second baseman, Grace Todd. That's a ball outside. The 1-0 pitch. 2-0. Ball 3. Took something off that, bounced it into home plate. A 3-0 pitch to Todd on its way. Ball 4 down low, and we have the first base runner of the game. A 4-pitch walk to Todd, and it brings up the left fielder, cleanup hitter Carolyn Daly. Strike called. Two down, a run first for Walpole here in the bottom of the first inning. Ball 1-1. Ball 2. Ground ball into left field, a base hit. Two runners on now for Walpole. Grace Todd in scoring position, and it brings up the pitcher, Charlotte Stasinski. Charlotte not only got the complete game victory in the last contest, but also hit a home run. One of just 2 hit this year by the Timberwolves. Strike called. Ball 2. Ball 1. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes. Stay this looks in for the sign. Here's her 1-2 pitch. Little looper into center field and put away by Addie Brown. So for Walpole in the first inning, they had no runs, 1 hit. There was no errors and 2 left on base. At the end of an inning of play, we are scoreless. Walpole has just 2 seniors this year on the team. 7 juniors, 2 freshmen, and 2 sophomores. First pitch to Renzella is a strike. Swing and a miss. 0-2. ball just misses. 1-2 the count. Stasinski looks in for the sign, into the motion, and the pitch. Up high, 2-2. Two pitch. Lofted shot right field coming in as drops in for a base hit. Todd went back and McAdams held up and it dropped in for a base hit. And that brings up the left fielder, Elizabeth McDonald. That's a ball high. Ball 2. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Two-one pitch. Ground ball stabbed knocked down by Todd, but you can't do anything with it. We're going to go with an E on that. Wellesley has the first two batters on in the second inning. Brings up the third baseman, Margaret Redgate. Foul back out of play. Swung on a Charlotte, took something off that, fooled her. 0-2 the count. Ball high and away. The 1-2 pitch on its way. Grounded to Todd. She's to first. Oh. Very good. And the run scores. All right, so that will be a fielder's choice. And she was out 4-6. But Ronzella comes around to score, and Redgate ends up on second. Everyone seems to be okay. So with one out, runner on second, and one run in for the Raiders, it brings up the center fielder, Addie Brown. She's a left-handed batter. Drops down a bunt. First, so that goes 2-4, but it gets Redgate over to third with 2 outs, and it brings up the right fielder, Haley Butler. Swing and a miss, strike one. Bunts it, drops foul. 2 strikes the count. To delivery, up high, a ball. One-two pitch, strike 3 call. So Wellesley comes up with 1 run. They had 1 hit. There was 1 error by Walpole and 1 left on base. At the end of an inning and a half, it's Wellesley 1, Walpole nothing. Abby Riley being the other. Little blooper in the right field. It drops in. Bowen going to second, and she goes in standing up. That was a little soft line drive that nobody could catch up to. So Walpole gets the leadoff runner on in scoring position yet, and it brings up the third baseman, Nora Broderick. First offering to Broderick. Drops down a bunt. It's a beauty. Go to first. Out. And that goes 5-4. Bowen gets over to third. Brings up the catcher, Ariana Cruiser, the Walpole co-captain. Fouled straight back, strike 1. There's a ball in the dirt. 1-1. Davis looks in for the sign. Comes to the motion and the pitch. Grounded shot. Long throw over. Got her in time. But Bowen is able to come in with the tying run. And so with 2 outs, it'll bring up the number 9 hitter, right fielder Susie McAdams. Susie is a left-handed batter. This is pitch. Outside ball. That's a ball. Strike called. Davis's pitch. Way high, ball 4. And it brings up the top of the order for the Timberwolves. Center fielder Carolyn Duran. She grounded to second her first time up. Pops it off the protective netting. Strike one. Lucy Davis goes into the motion. The pitch fouled straight back. 0-2. Ball in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher, and McAdams goes down to second. Goes into scoring position for the Timberwolves. 1-2, the count to Duran. Ball up high, 2-2. Duran waiting on the 2-2 count. Grounded to first, easy play, and the side is retired. But Walpole draws even. They had a run on a hit. There were no errors and one left on base. We've played 2 innings, and we're tied 1-1. Stasinski looks in for the first pitch. It's outside a ball. Strike called, 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1-2 the count. Stasinski's 1-2 pitch flailed at, and we have one down. Charlotte picks up her fourth strikeout of the game, excuse me. She is yet to walk a batter. And it brings up the top of the order, Mia Hasselbeck, who got caught looking. Takes strike one. Strike two. Swung on and missed. Strike three. And it brings up the pitcher, Lucy Stathis. She grounded out to Briella Clinton at first base unassisted. Ball one high and away. Strike, she couldn't hold up her swing. 1-1. Offs a foul ball down the right field line. That'll be out of play. Ball on 2 strikes in Stasinski's favor. One-two pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike three. So Stasinski strikes out the side in the 3rd inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Raiders at the end of 2.5 innings of play. The score is Wellesley 1, Walpole 1. First pitch to Sienna. Line, foul, no, fair. going down the first baseline. She's going for second, and she'll stand up. First pitch hitting. She lines it down off the first baseman's diving hand, and she'll give her 2 bases on that. And it brings up the second baseman, Grace Todd. For the second straight inning, Walpole has their leadoff batter on base. Grace drew a freebie her first time up. Fouls off a bunt attempt. Strike 1. Sends one to right field. The fielder's going back. It's over her head. It falls in front of her. Going home. No play made as Grace lands at second. She'll get a double out of that. He was hustling down the line, and it brings in Sienna with the second run of the game for the Timberwolves, who now take a 2-1 lead. And it brings up the left fielder, Carolyn Daly. Carolyn singled to left her first time up. Shows bunt, fouls it off at the plate. Strike 2 at the knees. Stay this ahead on the count. 2 strikes. 0-2 delivery. Bounces it into off the plate. Gets away from the catcher, and Todd goes down to third base. Ball at 2 strikes. The count on Daly. Drive to right field, puts it away, tag up, go to the plate, standing up. Walpole gets their 3rd run of the game as Todd scampers home on the sac fly by Carolyn Daly. So with 1 out, nobody on, it brings up pitcher Charlotte Stasinski. Strike called. She dropped that one right in. Charlotte flew out to center her first time up. Foul down the first base line. Out of play. 0-2 the count. This isn't on the Walpole pitcher. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout recorded by Lucy Stathis, and it brings up the designated player, Ellie Boland. Ellie doubled to right field her first time up, scored the first run of the game. It's a ball in the dirt. Taking her time. Ball down low. 2-0. shot. I'll put that over to first, and the side is retired. But Walpole came up with 2 runs. They had 2 hits. There were no errors, nobody left on base. After 2 complete, the score is Walpole 3, Wellesley 1 for Walpole. They have 3 runs on 4 hits, 3 runs on 3 hits. They've made an error and they've left 2 on base. All right, for the Raiders in the top of the 4th inning, it'll be the catcher, Olivia Ackerman. Olivia took a call 3rd strike to end the 1st inning. Strike 1. A ball up high, 1-1. Strike called. 1-2 the count. Ball in the dirt. Evens things at 22. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's 5 straight strikeouts for Stasinski. And it brings up the first baseman, Ryan Manzella. She has the only hit of the game. Right field finds the first pitch to shot, and he's retired 6-3. And brings up the left fielder, Elizabeth McDonald. Strike called. Pitch, swing on and a miss. That's a ball down low. Grounded to Todd. Up with it over to first, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down. Wellesley goes in order. After 3.5 innings of play, the score is Walpole 3, Wellesley 0. Davis looks in for the sign. Wind up in the pitch. Swung and a miss. Strike 1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Robert falls behind in the count, 0-2. Davis looks in, here's the windup and the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Lucy gets her 3rd strikeout of the game, and it brings up the catcher, Ariana Cruiser. She grounded to shot her 1st time up. And it was her ground out that scored Boland with the 1st run of the game for Walpole. Ball 1 outside. Bunt, foul. Evens the count at 1-1. pitch to Cruiser. Inside, ball 2. High. 3 balls on the strike. This looks in for the sign. Goes into the motion and the pitch. Ball 4. Ooh, strike. Looked a little low to me, but the umpire gives him full count here. Ball 4. High and away. And it brings up the number 9 hitter, right fielder Susie McAdams. Susie walked her first time up. One out. Runner on first for Walpole. Ball outside. Ball 2. That's inside a ball. That's a ball. And Cruiser scampers down to second, stealing the base. 3-1 the count to Ariana Cruiser. I'm sorry, to Susie McAdams. Strike call, full count. 2 is the second consecutive full count that the Timberwolves have worked off Stavis. Payoff pitch on its way. Fouled off over the Wellesley dugout. A little slow roller to the mound. Beats it out, base hit. Walpole with runners on first and third, 1 out here. Brings up the top of the order, Carolyn Duran. Carolyn 0 for 2. Up high a ball. And McAdams steals second. 2 runners in scoring position now for the Timberwolves. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Walpole on top, 3-1. Line drive through into left field. 1 runs in, 2nd run coming home, and Walpole's lead increases to 5. Five to 1. It brings up shortstop Sienna Cruiser. Sienna is 1 for 2. She doubled in the 3rd, scored. Fouls it off into the Walpole dugout. Strike pitch in the dirt. And Duran steals second. One and one the count to Sienna Cruiser. Walpole with a runner on second. It's Carolyn Duran. They've already got 2 runs in here in the 4th inning. Strike call, 1 and 2. The pitch, foul back. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball, slowly. Throw, and she is out. Duran gets over to third. And it brings up the second baseman, Grace Todd. Grace has walked and doubled, scored a run. Ball 1 up high. Strike call, evens the count at 1 and 1. This looks in for the sign. It goes into the motion, and their pitch swung on and missed. A ball and 2 strikes. Ball 2 and 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. But Walpole comes up with 2 more runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. At the end of 4 complete, the score is Walpole 5, Wellesley 1. Redgate steps in. She reached on a fielder's choice that knocked in the run for Wellesley. Pops it foul, out of play. 1 and 1 the count. Foul back into the stands. A ball and 2 strikes. Charlotte looks in for the sign. Here's her pitch. Strike 3 called at the knees. 8th strikeout for Stasinski. And it brings up the center fielder, Addie Brown. She was dropped on a sacrifice bunt. Ball 1. Ball 2. Foul back. A ball and 2 strikes. 2 balls and a strike. Ball 3. Charlotte's pitch. That's a strike. Full count. Fouls off. Out of play down the third base line. Ball 4. The first base on balls allowed by Stasinski. With 1 out, it brings up the right fielder Haley Butler. She was caught looking her initial trip. Have a pinch hitter here. It is Katie Bubeck. Stasinski looks in for the sign. Here's the pitch. Stasinski's pitch, strike. Cruiser almost picked Brown off base there. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Bubeck. Fouled into the Walpole dugout. Count remains 1-2. A little round of the Todd, Sienna for 1. She holds on to it. Fielder's choice there. 4-6. We have 2 outs with a runner on first, and it brings up the number 9 hitter, second baseman Haley Bibbo. The pitch is a strike called. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. For Wellesley, they had no runs, no hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. After 4.5 innings of play, the score is Walpole 5, Wellesley 1. Daly is 1 for 1 officially. She singled in the first, hit a sacrifice fly in the third. Strike 1 called. Strike two. Oh, 2 pitch. Grounded down the third baseline. Up with it over to first. Got her by a step. 1 down. And it brings up the pitcher, Charlotte Stasinski. Charlotte is 0 for 2 today. Takes a strike. Ball up high, 1-1. Ground ball is shot. Up with it, over to first. 2 down. And it brings up right designated hitter Ellie Bolin. Ball down low. 1-1 the count. Little loop at her left field. Going back, and she puts it away for the out. Walpole 3 up, 3 down in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Through 5 innings. Walpole has 5 runs, 5 hits. They've committed an error, and they've left 4 on base. First pitch is a strike. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Hasselbeck has fanned twice. Down low, a ball. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Brings up Stathis. She is 0 for 2. Fly ball to right field. McAdams camped under it, puts it away for the out. 2 down. And it brings up the catcher, Olivia Ackerman. Olivia has gone down twice on strikes. Once called, once swinging. Ground ball, foul. Ball outside, 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Ground ball right to Briella Clinton. Steps, tosses it over to Grace Todd, and the side is retired. Wellesley 3 up, 3 down. The end of 5.5 innings of play, the score remains Walpole 5, Wellesley 1. is grounded to third and struck out swinging. First pitch, fouled up down the third baseline, out of play. Okay, the one strike pitch to Broderick. Popped up to the infield and put away by Margaret Redgate. One down, brings up the catcher, Ariana Cruiser. That's a ball. Line drive into center field, right at the fielder. She puts it away for the out. 2 down. That was right to Addie Brown for the second out of the inning. It brings up the right fielder, Susie McAdams. Susie is 1 for 1 officially with the run scored. She walked and singled. Strike called. Fly ball, little blooper into a shot. Drops in for a base hit. Just over the glove of shortstop Mia Hasselbeck. And brings up the top of the order, Carolyn Duran. Carolyn 1 for 3 with a single back in the 4th inning. She takes a strike. McAdams steals second. So Walpole gets a runner in scoring position. Little blooper, foul down the first baseline. 0-2 the count on Duran. There's the windup and the pitch. Ground ball through into right field. This will bring in a run for the Timberwolves. So Walpole ups their advantage to 6-1. And it brings up the shortstop, Sienna Cruiser. Sienna is 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Takes a ball. And Duran gets called out. Wow. Oh. Okay, but Walpole comes up with 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and nobody left on base. After 6 complete, the score is now Walpole 6 and Wellesley 1. Stasinski's first pitch is a ball. Fly ball to right, McAdams going back, puts it away for the out. One down in the top of the seventh. Brings up the left field Elizabeth McDonald. She is 0 for 2. Ball 1. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 1-1. Foul down the first baseline. Makes ball and 2 strikes. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Strike 3 call at the knees. Wow, that looked a little low, but Charlotte gets the call. 2 down now. And it brings up the third baseman, Margaret Redgate. Ground ball to Todd, over to Briella. Side is retired. Ball game over. 3 up, 3 down for the Raiders. Okay, for Walpole, they finished with 5 runs on 6 hits. They made 1 error, left 4 on base. For the Raiders, 1 run, 1 hit that came back in the second inning. They left 3 on base. For Charlotte Stasinski, she goes the distance, throws 93 pitches, 73 for strikes, 11 strikeouts and a walk for her, and she improves to 10-1, the same record as Walpole. Wellesley falls to 6-5. The Walpole, it was a close game. It wasn't, an easy game. You could tell Wellesley was still in it, but Walpole hung tough and managed to get there. I think 7th straight victory. Anyway, we would like to thank you for watching this Walpole Media Corporation broadcast of Walpole girls varsity softball action. Once again, your final score from Chauncey Smith Field: the Timberwolves 6, Wellesley 1.